Then he said, I make an event.
Oh, nice.
Will you come and DJ?
Whoa, just like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Okay, but that time I never think anything about free labor
Yeah.
This is what to get
Yeah.
the girls. So my whole life
Never
is
play a
always-
void deck, bro. Never play a
Never,
void
never.
deck.
That's the
Not that
only
Malay, not that
Not
Malay.
that Malay. Yeah, not that Malay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost there, almost there.
Almost there.
The part that keep me Chinese is the piano.
Yeah, piano, right.
Keep me Chinese.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Don't call it a comeback. Back. Mama said knock you out.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the second part of the Old Street Podcast with our brother here, DJ Ben Sai.
What up? Welcome back, DJ Sai.
Welcome back.
Thank
Took
you,
a short
guys.
breather.
Yeah.
you.
So this Singapore, just now we're talking about his dance life. All right, but a lot of the new generation, the new cats dancing, they know Ben as a DJ.
Yes, sir.
All right. So for this part right here, we're gonna talk about his DJ journey.
All the lifetime, all the lifestyles that
Yeah.
you face being a DJ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I just want to know, how did the DJing start, bro? After the dance.
Okay, so there's two parts of this being a DJ, right? There's
Yeah.
a production part
Yeah.
and DJing part. So it's two different things, right? But if we're talking specifically about DJing, I picked up DJing when I ran my shop lah. Sexy Diamond.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened was one of the students in foreign bodies that I was teaching at the point of time. His name is Wicket.
Wicked.
Yeah,
Wicket.
Then he started DJing. He picked up DJing. I think it was because he was doing some CCA in school,
Okay.
if I'm not wrong.
I know Wicked. Yeah.
He smokes,
I know,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, after I opened my shop, he was about to graduate.
Yeah.
Then he one day came to me and said, he already started DJing for events already.
Oh,
He
okay.
started for street dance battles. He was the first proper street dance like hip hop DJ, like battle
yeah,
DJ.
yeah.
What? Which year was it?
I think he did maybe 08 around.
Oh, right. Yeah,
around
around
08
that.
he started.
Right,
Yeah.
around that time. Yeah.
And before that was really just the DJs that people would hire for battles. Usually are the breaking DJs like Cold Flow. But
Rattle.
yeah, but very different for like 2v2 1v1 hip hop. You know.
Yeah.
Very different.
correct, Yeah.
So I think Smoke. He eventually his DJ name is Smoke. DJ Smoke. So
DJ Smoke.
eventually Smoke filled that gap, which was
Yeah.
good lah. Because he also was a hip hop dancer anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He was very
So I
involved.
can
in
Foreign
understand
bodies,
the
right?
concepts of
Yeah,
that
correct,
as well.
correct. So he would do like locking, popping, whatever lah. So he was the first. So after he graduated, he one day came to me and said, "Hey, so I graduated from school, and the DJ set is in school, and I can't bring it home because my mom doesn't like it.
Oh,
Said,
okay.
my mom don't like this thing, a lot of space, and my mom also don't like the music. So." Do you think it's okay if I put it at your shop? And if I put it at your shop, then in return I teach you how to DJ.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, cool lah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Put it at my shop.
That's
So
nice,
then
yeah.
put at the glass
Yeah.
front there. Just start learning how
That
to
was
DJ.
his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was his. I remember you spinning. I saw it before, but yeah.
Yeah, it was his. So we used the
okay.
shit out of it.
By the way,
Yeah.
this is at HMV.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Hiren.
Hiren
This was at
Hiren.
Hiren. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, by then HMV closed already.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Hiren. And so every time there was a dance event, he would just come and take the whole set from my shop. Then he would just like trolley the whole thing to the event.
You got
Set up
you,
there.
you got charged him for storage fee, no, bro?
Never.
No lah, because he was teaching Ben how to
Oh, yeah,
DJ,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
so that was apart from the production side.
Yeah.
So production actually started way earlier. I was always interested in music production since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because from young, and I have to thank my mom for this, but she forced me to learn the piano, and I hated it lah. Right? I stopped because I
Only after years you realize it was actually
Yeah.
But now can you still like hit some?
I understand the theory, but
I see.
in practice, my hand not used to it anymore.
Understood.
So yeah, but of course in secondary school also music, learn play guitar because I want to tangkap jambu. Bro.
Yeah, of
Wah,
course.
bro, you guitar recorder, bro.
Recorder.
Boring.
Sing Oasis, bro. Oasis.
Oasis.
man.
Oasis,
Underworld,
Okay.
all that.
Yeah.
This is what to get
Yeah.
the girls, man. Okay. So my whole life
Never
is
play a
always-
void deck, bro. Never play a
Never,
void
never.
deck.
That's the
Not that
only
Malay, not that
Not
Malay.
that Malay. Yeah, not that Malay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost there, almost there.
Almost there.
Yeah. The part that keep me Chinese is the piano.
Yeah, right.
Keep me Chinese.
Yeah.
What the heck?
So my life always revolved around music because my mom and my dad love music,
Yeah.
right? And my mom was a disco baby. So she would used to go roller disco and everything. So my whole household was always Motown, was always
Ooh.
like Boney M. My
Wow.
mom loved it. Yeah,
Oh,
Earth,
the
Wind and
best
Fire.
music, man.
She played that. Then my father is the opposite spectrum. He will play country music. So he loved Kenny Roger. He'll play all this. So they would just play some music. So like Michael Jackson. It's my parents that brought me into the music world. Right?
world, yeah.
So like I got Walkman when I was a kid, cassette, everything. I remember my first cassette. I remember my first CD. Everything my parents just give. Right. So music was always around. So piano was something that my mom felt was a good skill for both me and my brother to pick up.
Okay.
And
Also, your brother also learn the piano.
yeah, it makes sense because he's teaching piano now.
Oh, right,
really?
okay,
Wow.
okay.
Yeah, it's quite
wow.
cool, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a silver lining, but I grew up hating it because I was like, I don't like classical music. Like, why am I gonna play this for Elise and like, Vivaldi? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I didn't care. But I was always interested in music production because I started doing DJ mixes without actually realizing that I was being a DJ, like a DJ at the
Yeah.
point of time. So I use, it's very weird. I use METs and I calculated sound by BPM by using METs. And then I would match songs together. I'll use METs to calculate and shorten or lengthen a song so that it would line up. And I would make mixes, like non-stop
Yeah.
mixes
Whoa.
of all,
Yeah.
And I started doing all these non-stop mixes of like DDR music.
Mm.
Very weirdly,
Yeah.
like because I was playing DDR at that point of
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So I would make DDR music. And then I would also do mixes for like Para Para.
Para, long
Yeah.
time.
Long time, bro.
So that's why I love Eurobeat
Yeah.
so much. But I would listen to all these like Japanese high-level Eurobeat DJs, and then I would try to emulate by mixing. But I didn't have any particular software. I just used the Wave software in Windows, and I'll calculate. So I would mix songs by just overlaying, paste. There's no room for mistake. One mistake, everything start again.
Wow.
Yeah, so I learned that way
Wow,
by
legit,
calculating.
man.
Yeah,
Soundwave is a software on PC, the default software, right?
Correct.
Back then there wasn't any DAW that you're using,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
I mean, there might have been, but I
Yeah,
didn't know.
yeah,
right?
that point
So
in time.
I learned that way. Then after a while, I started to download sound effects because I realized all these DJs when they
Yeah.
do, they got sound effects, right? So
Yeah.
I started to download like video game sound effects like Street Fighter, right? And then I would then realize, oh, they have all these like sounds, like you know when you throw a punch, you go to sound. Then when you cannot, you go
yeah,
that sound,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So I would take all these sounds. And I was like, hey, actually can make beat. If I were to calculate the
Wow.
timing correctly,
Yeah.
like if let's say this is supposed to be 100 BPM, that means it's gonna be 100 per minute. If I
Yeah.
divide how many milliseconds or how many seconds for one beat, I can create a rhythm pattern. So I would use those sounds to make a and I was like, oh, that's quite cool. So I started doing that.
Yeah.
And that was my start of my interest in production.
Production side, yeah,
But
yeah.
I never got serious about it until 2007.
Was it the one that you first came out with the mixtape?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
So that 2007 is before I started DJing, right? But I was interested in production because in popping, the first person that I knew that made popping beats was Slick Dog.
Yeah.
Slick Dog used to make his
Slick
own
Dog.
beats. It was quite sick.
Very
But
sick.
I never ever thought about making beats then, right? Until DJ Molder became popular.
Mulder.
So everyone was like, wow, this DJ. Like
Japan, right? Mulder.
Korea. He's my Hyung lah, my big brother. So he was the main catalyst as to why I wanted to learn to make music. Then by some twist of fate, I was looking at doing this, and then all of a sudden, I do not know how this conversation started, but Wei Jie, right, randomly just came up to me saying, hey, there's this software called Reason. Take a look at it, like can make beats.
Yeah.
So
Reason. Expensive, bro.
You pirated one
Yeah,
first,
correct
but
lah.
now,
Correct
by
version.
now, of course, I pay.
Yeah
already.
lah.
Oh,
Yeah.
599
Yeah,
US, bro.
correct.
Oh my god.
It's
But-
expensive.
599 US.
Yeah, bro.
yeah, but it's a
Oh,
bloody solid software. What happened was when listening to Molder's music, I was like, this is quite cool. I wonder how he does it. And I was like, okay, I guess I can pick up the basics from here, knowing what I've done in Wave from years and years ago.
Yeah.
And I just started to make a simple beat. So I covered Mr. Wiggles' song, the first one I did. Because I remember in the music industry, I read somewhere that, you know what, how when you are a band, one of the best ways to get a crowd is to play covers first. You play covers first, then you introduce your own song. A few covers, you introduce your own song. So I thought, okay, the best way to learn is to try to recreate someone's song, so make a cover of Wiggles' song. And I like that song because the beat was quite standard. Dun 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 dun.
This song. Okay.
So it was like very simple beat. It was a repeating loop. So I just learned that way. I made it. And then I didn't
Wow.
release it at first until I heard I can't remember the
song?
title anymore. Yeah.
Huh.
But basically he took, you know, Gypsy Woman by Crystal Waters? It's
No.
the house song. It's the she wakes up la da dee da da da.
Oh, yeah.
That song?
Yeah.
So the
What
piano
is
is
this?
tang 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 tang.
Tang.
So he basically took that riff, then he made just this like, rap track. I forgot what it's called already. I think it's called like
Wait,
that or something.
he
Like.
sampled that, right?
Trey Songz.
Yeah, I
Long-
think, yeah.
And then when I heard it, I was like, huh? In my heart, like that also can. Like that can. I also want to try.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
did it. Then I was like, I got more and more involved with music production from there. And then I decided to put my music online. Sorry.
No, it's
I decided to put my music online. Then that's how, like, I think at the point of time, there were not many popping music makers. But because I covered a Wiggle song, they got picked up by a few at that point of time, very, very, very famous. They're still famous now, but at that point of time was like very, very, very famous. Then
Yeah.
Hojin danced to my song. Then after that, Popping J danced to my song. Then when Mulder created his next track, I think he called it Shock the Pete. And it was using the Evil Vibrations that sample, the Lafayette.
Oh,
Okay.
So I was like, oh, this also can. So I tried my own version.
Yeah.
Then Kite danced to it. So that one was the game changer for me. That was when my name really skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So that was music production wise.
Because I remember, I think, what's his name? The guy from Mike Song used your song for one of his classes.
He did,
as well.
he did, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Mike, yes, he did.
Yeah, is the Singapore national anthem. No.
Yeah. flip that shit.
Yeah, flip that
Oh,
shit.
flip that
Yeah,
shit, okay.
yeah.
But people don't know lah. People
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
For those of you who do not know, anytime you hear a track got psych,
That's this side.
that's this guy.
No other side.
Yeah,
That's the
this
trademark.
guy.
Yeah.
And then not a lot of people in Singapore actually do dance battle music for
Correct,
Singapore.
correct.
I think you're the first, right? I think you're
I
the
think
first.
maybe
I
I'm the first, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
definitely he's
Battle
the first.
music,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now we have like Echo Tracks, Ali, for Ariel
Correct.
Beats. and
Ariel Beats,
all.
nice.
Yeah, Ariel Beats.
Echo track, of course, nice.
Yeah. So Ben was the first to ever do it.
Never started it
Yeah.
here lah in
Yes,
Singapore.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it fit that era because at that point of time, it was a lot of, we already got past, the whole scene got past the whole like, this is real hip hop, not real hip hop kind of thing. But it was more like urban choreography. And then like a lot of mega teams like for the choreography where they would edit sounds into the music,
Yeah.
right? And then just nice that I also enjoyed a lot of random beats. So people would start to memorize the random beats and then they would choreograph to it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
Yes.
so it was just nice fitting for that era
Yeah.
of dance and music. Yeah, so I think a lot of it went all the way to like the US.
Yeah.
People picking up from
Yeah.
there, China, everything. So I
It
was
did.
quite surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. That was amazing because I remember it was a proud moment. Like, hey, Mike Son danced to Psych.
Psych, yeah.
Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
a choreographer. I was like, whoa.
Amazing,
So
yeah.
it went that far.
Yeah.
But did Mike know it was you?
Mike didn't know until years later.
Oh, right.
Oh,
when he
really?
came to,
Yeah.
when he came to Singapore.
Anthony, yeah. So I,
Yeah.
I told Mike. Then he was like, oh shit. Then,
You're the DJ
Flip
for
that.
this song. What?
Yeah. I was like, wow. Man, guys, there's inspiration, right? Your music can go far if you actually put your heart
Have
to
to
it, man.
persevere
Yeah,
on it lah.
exactly.
Don't give up.
Put in the work, man. Put in the work.
Yeah.
Right.
Incredible.
Because is there any other that you know of other than Alif and Ariel that's doing? Is there anybody that we do not know?
Just producing music. no?
Singapore.
For battle or dance,
I don't think so.
just the three of you.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe God, but
Not that we can
Think
remember.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not really focused on
Yeah.
street dance battles. Yeah.
Okay. So as a DJ, do you remember your first gig?
Yeah,
do?
yeah.
Yeah.
Very, remember very clearly. So,
Yeah. What event was it?
I think it's called King of Hits and Queen of Beats. It's a
It's like SG, right?
Robin and
Robin
Melissa.
and Melissa, yeah.
Robin and Meow Lim.
Meow.
They went and did an event in SP. So this was an unofficial one because what happened was actually Smoke was the DJ.
Okay.
So I went as a spectator, and at that point of time, I rarely go to events as a spectator
Okay.
because I'm usually invited as a judge.
Ah,
At that period of time,
yeah.
I was judging a lot.
Yeah, you were judging, yeah.
Or like MC or something lah, right? So I went as a audience first time,
Yeah.
but then suddenly Smoke came up to me and said, "Bro, I need your help." I said, "What happened?" He said, "Hey, one of my needles broke. They call it a stylus,
Ah,
so one of my
stylus.
stylus broke." So I said, "Then where's your spare? I need to go and get a spare now because I was at a gig last night. Because by then he was already DJing at bars. It was his
right.
goal. Like his goal was to actually
Yeah.
DJ in a bar or club.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, I was at a bar last night, and then my spare, right, one of my stylus broke already, so I'm using my spare now. But the other one broke now, so I gotta go and get one. But no one else here knows how to DJ, only
Yeah.
you. So we need music. Is it okay? You just help me play music."
So you cover one.
you
lah.
cover
I
one.
see.
And I was familiar with the whole setup because I learned from
Yeah,
there. And number two is because I knew his playlist.
Yeah.
Because I was practicing with his plays anyway.
Yeah.
So it was for locking segment. So okay lah, he said I already prepared the
Playlist,
playlist already for this event. So you just play lah.
Yeah.
My only struggle was I only had one side working.
Oh, right,
So
right.
you learn through struggles, right?
Yeah.
So I started to DJ, and then he left. But what happened was he had to rush back from SP to Sim Lim.
Ah.
So he took Grab.
Oh,
He took.
fast,
At the point of time, no Grab. I take
Yeah,
taxi.
taxi lah.
I take
Mm.
taxi. Then traffic jam.
Ayo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he
okay.
came back 3 hours late.
Event finish.
No, event already midway through. I started DJing for like the top 16 if I'm not wrong. Then he took over.
Oh,
Then I
okay.
think from that point, people were like, actually, Side can DJ also.
Yeah. Yeah.
So after that, I got opportunities to like, hey, would you like to DJ for my event? Popping category.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Then when I first started, I used to borrow Smoke's equipment. After a while, I was like, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
lah.
So you
Right?
got your own lah.
Yeah.
What
So I
was
worked
the
on-
first?
The first damage for your set.
What was the first?
What's
equipment?
the
What
damage?
model?
So
Pioneer.
I bought a tractor.
Oh,
I
tractor.
bought a tractor
right.
S2. Yeah, that was
Oh, that was long, yeah.
correct. And I used that. I used the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But I think looking back, I started Serato. Then I went to tractor. So I made the shift. And the reason why I did it was because I didn't want to buy a rain mixer in order to unlock Serato, number one.
yeah.
Number two, I'm using a controller. Number three is, this was one of, at that point of time, the only controller in the market that you buy, but it gives you a full software for free.
Oh,
Together.
Serato lah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Serato. Yeah.
Okay.
No, tractor.
Tractor.
It
Oh,
was
right,
the
right,
only
right,
one.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it forced me to go into the tractor ecosystem
Yeah.
of learning things. But tractor is not bad by any means. It's not good for live music. Like if you're talking about electronic music,
Yeah.
tractor is solid.
It's good, yeah.
It's EDM DJ, whatever, tractor's solid. But
Okay.
when you play funk, all this, it just doesn't work. But I didn't care. I just wanted something with. So I
You can
started
play
with them.
with it,
Yeah.
I started from there. So after I think one of my first times DJing was actually for like Rahim's event. I think Money in the Cap.
Money in the Cap.
The first Money in the
Yeah,
Cap.
I think so. Then after that,
Okay.
Floor the Love also I did.
So apart from Singapore, you also got DJ in other countries, right? For battle.
Correct.
Any.
So the first overseas one I did actually was, I don't know whether it was Indonesia first or not. Because last time I used to be very close with a dance crew in Jakarta.
Kokobaku.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kokobaku. I don't remember. I think I went there mostly, Kokobasa, I went there mostly as a judge. So there was a point of time when, at that point of time, I would be going to Japan once every year.
Every year, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
for
it was-
events or
No,
just
just for myself.
Yeah.
Like a birthday trip.
a healing trip?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But because Master is there, Dominic. So I learned from Dominic. I want to spend time with
right.
him. So it became my yearly thing. Like my
Yeah.
birthday, I spend time with him.
Yeah.
I want to go learn dance and whatever. So Electric Trouble, like
Yeah.
wow, learn hip hop, everything. Yeah. So that was my journey every year. I think it was during one period of time, just nice. Nishi was in Singapore.
Okay.
Nishi from Meister Studio. When Ibuki, they all were coming down
Yeah.
as when they were kids, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I remember this. I was at Cine Leisure. I was at Pasta Mania. I was just
Level
eating.
2.
Yeah.
Level
Yeah,
2.
I was eating with my ex-girlfriend then, right?
Yeah.
Then after that, just nice, Nishi walked past. He just nice walked past. Then I said, hey, Nishi-san. Then he said, oh, hi. Then we talk. Then I said, I just randomly said, oh, yeah, I'm going Japan next year. I said, I'm going Japan next year in March. He said, you come in March? I said, yeah. He said, when? March, when? I said, oh, I'm going like 20-something, 20 to 30. Then he said, I make an event.
Oh, nice.
Will you come and DJ?
Whoa, just like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Okay, but that time I never think anything about food labor.
Yeah.
But last time I never think. So I thought,
Yeah, because you already bought your tickets, you already got
yeah,
your
correct.
hotel, so
Free
this,
labor.
since you're there, might as well.
And now I was like, wow, extra. Now I must bring my controller. But I just took it. I took the opportunity. I just give it a shot. I thought,
I mean, it's not every day you can
Exactly.
go overseas and
Overseas
DJ.
and
Correct.
It's an opportunity and experience by itself.
Share your
Exactly,
music
exactly.
as well,
Yeah.
but that was how I was very interested in whacking.
Oh, right.
I didn't dance, but because my girlfriend then was a whacker, one of the first few in Singapore, and then also I made friends with Oz Ninja, who was in G-Funk crew,
Yeah,
popping,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Correct.
So that time Studio Wu was the one that brought Oz down, but he usually was left to his own devices. So I was like, I just go hang out with the guy
Yeah,
lah. So
yeah.
I spoke to him a lot. So he shared me a lot about dance, about whacking, and I also learned a lot about whacking through my then girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right? And then just nice like Nishi got Ibuki, all this Yumeki.
Yeah.
So he was doing a whacking event. I decided just go and try lah, right? So
Yeah.
I went there and I decided to DJ for his whacking event. And I was thinking, okay, at that point of time still I got a producer mindset.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe I'll just create a track. Like a whacking
whacking
track.
track.
First time I never do
Yeah.
whacking before. I just try right? So I took Big Spender.
Oh yeah, Big
Oh,
Spender.
that
Yeah.
song, my
That song
God.
was popular at the working scene in
Done,
Singapore,
bro.
man.
That
Yeah,
song
it
is
was huge.
done. Everyone is using it now. Working event.
So what people don't know is that that song was completely inspired by a not very well-known group online called Gentleman's Vibe.
Okay.
So if you realize, right, my Big Spender, I have this at the back in the brackets called GMV something. because that's gentleman's vibe. I wanted to pay homage and say like thanks, because they
Yeah.
were the one that had that same cadence of
I see. Okay.
But then theirs was like a hip hop kind of
Feel.
trappish
Yeah.
kind of feel. And at that period of time was all this repeating sound like Amelie,
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah,
pattern,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was cool, and I was like, because Big Spender was one of the classic videos that Wackers would watch
Yeah.
to study the art form, the dance,
Okay.
and the drama behind it. So I thought this was a nice song. So I did a remix. But first time I tried, I was like, I don't know how to do house music. Just try house music. Then put some beats that I think will be suitable for whacking the way
yeah.
I understand
Yeah.
it. Then it became a hit. No? I'm just lucky.
Yeah,
no?
it was.
Yeah.
It was. It was.
Do
a
you
huge
even
hit.
expected it to be this big of a hit? This song, this particular.
No,
song?
I did not.
No.
I think for producers it's like that. We never know what is a hit.
Yeah.
We just
Oh.
produce, and hopefully one will.
One
yeah.
will-
But for apparently
Like
for
Luke
band,
and
a
Single
lot,
lah.
a lot
Yeah,
came
that's
out.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Oh.
I just want people to know actually at that point of time, right? In Malaysia especially, there wasn't any hip hop DJ that would spin for battles, and I remember Ben always going to Malaysia to do to spin for all
That's
these
later on,
events.
yeah, that's later
yeah,
on.
a lot of times, bro. And I remember one of it was one of the huge ones. There was Jackson's event.
The moment.
Is it the moment? I
Yeah.
forgot, but it's huge. I remember the
Yeah.
place was super huge, and
One
Ben.
big stage. Then
Yeah,
got DJ Batsu also.
who's the MC? The black guy, the big,
Shazam.
that guy was crazy as hell.
Who Shazam?
Shazam, yeah.
From Malaysia.
No.
No. He's
Australian.
Yeah, Australian.
He's
Wow.
he originally from Sudan.
Oh wow.
Crazy
okay.
guy. That guy can open the shirt while MC, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
He just
Azam-
take out his shirt.
Azam
I mean,
Shazam.
if I had
Funny.
the
He
body,
got
I'll do
feeling
the
one,
same.
the guy
lah.
dance got
Yeah,
feeling one,
yeah. It was funny as hell.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it was good MC, and I remember Ben was. I was like, whoa, like, and there wasn't a lot of. But now there's a lot more Malaysian DJs.
Yeah,
outside.
yeah,
yeah.
But at that point in time, Ben was doing almost everything there, right?
Okay, so there's a reason for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I finished the Japan story first. Japan was in a way, my lucky break. Because when I went there, that's the year that I met Chrissy Cho,
Chrissy Cho.
who's now one of the best friends I have. Right? And then I also that was the year I met Yak Films.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yak
I met
Films.
Yak
Yak
Films
Films,
there. And then
okay.
Yak Films recognized me because they had used my music before.
Oh,
I
right.
didn't recognize them. I don't know who they are. Because Yak Films never showed their face.
Yeah, Canada, right? Canada. based,
No,
right?
New York.
New York.
Yeah,
okay,
just
okay.
that Benjamin, one of the guys, Ben Takin, he's now with Stunts. He does work with Stunts. He's
Stunts
like,
Elements,
he
okay.
does his own stuff, but he originally was Canadian. Yeah, then he moved to New York.
Moved to
But now
New York,
he's based in Japan. Yeah, true nomad, true traveler. But shout out Ben, nice guy.
Nice,
So
nice.
that was when I met Yak Films also. So that really opened a lot of doors for me.
Yeah.
But at that event, what happened was there was one particular battle where I don't think it was a draw round, it was just a random round. And I just played the original Gloria Estefan's Conga. I
Okay.
played Conga. And then the feeling I got, right, my hair stand again. The feeling I got, right, from the dancer on stage, the first time I ever see, right, both Wackers are, the moment the song starts, both like run out, just both run out.
Yeah, yeah.
Then they then all that, then the whole crowd went mad.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell did I just see? Like
Yeah.
this magic moment. Oh my god, yeah. So like I feel like sometimes like that's the kind of things that DJs like
Yeah.
to get the magic moment.
Yeah.
But that inspired me to make the Conga remix for next year.
Yeah.
And then that became an
Awesome,
even bigger hit.
Yeah,
than,
even bigger. Yeah, Conga.
Yeah.
All
that's-
of it.
All
the
the
Japan
thought
story.
process that goes into this,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
so crazy, yeah.
That's my Japan story.
Yeah.
So why Malaysia? At that point of time also, because it's many years later. Malaysia
Yeah.
was I think the years of like 20,
Probably 12, 13, 14. Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
dated Malaysian dancer, bro.
Right, of course.
I dated a Malaysian dancer, yeah.
Right.
And then of course for JB side easier, right? Because I can just cross border. But
Yeah.
for KL side was because it was an excuse for me to also go and visit my girlfriend then ma.
Oh, she was based in KL.
Yeah, she based in
right,
KL.
right,
KL
right,
based, okay,
Correct.
okay.
Yeah.
So I would go, then I got closer to Jackson, Ayumi they all.
Yeah.
So I would DJ for the events also lah. Yeah. So a lot of times my name was being put out there as a DJ to a point that there were also Malaysian event organizers that reach out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I will
Wow.
also go over to Malaysia
Yeah.
to DJ. Yeah, there also were other Malaysian DJs at a point of time, but I think maybe based on recognition and relationship, I think the invited judges also preferred me
I
for some
see.
reason.
And
Yeah.
also you are bringing out the hits as well, like all the dance.
Yeah, I guess, I
yeah.
guess.
It's all from you. Yeah.
Over the years, yeah lah,
You
true.
produced it, so.
Yeah.
At the point in time, the mixtape come out, was it online or people buy the CDs or how,
Okay, so-
how did it? Was it SoundCloud?
So mixtapes wise, I did mixtapes. That was before I would do mixtape together with DJ Smoke. We actually recorded mixtape to just sell for
Yeah.
fun or give out to friends.
Mm.
But the production one, at the point of time, I never thought of selling online. What I did was I actually
You should have.
produced my own
Yeah.
CDs. Go to a CD shop, then burn all.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't. I went to a CD shop to go and print the labels for the CD.
I see.
Then you
I
burn
see.
yourselves.
At home,
Save
burn,
money.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Time consuming.
Yeah.
And buy
Yeah.
the case, then go and print the
Yeah.
sheet, everything.
Yeah.
How many? I think it was 50 or 100. I can't remember. All sold out. I was
How much
very
were you selling
blessed.
it? At that
10
point?
bucks, I think.
10 bucks. Oh, wow.
I was blessed because a lot of the people that bought my music were either friends or fellow dancers or my students. And I was
nice.
very, very blessed
Yeah.
for that one.
Okay.
After that, then I started to put online.
Yeah.
Bandcamp and all
Yeah.
that, and now Spotify or whatever.
I got one question, bro. Throughout your years, I could say years of dancing, DJing experiences overseas and creating your own music, right? Which genre of music that you felt was the most difficult to do a mix with?
Mix meaning
Like you make it into your own flavor, lah. Like like a slower song, hip hop or
to remix to my
remix to your
remix
flavor,
my
yeah.
style. Wow. I think
funk.
maybe
really?
funk, because I feel like it's very difficult to make to do justice to funk. It's such a deep genre that it carries so much soul and so much emotion and so much, how do I say that? There's so much relation to that genre of music that
Okay.
because the way I do music is quite hard hitting. The way I think I do music quite hard hitting. So I feel like my music lacks some level of soul.
I see. Okay.
Like
okay.
if I were to explain it to you with movement, right? I feel like my music makes you feel like you want to go hard. Like in terms of popping, it makes you go boom, bam,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah,
Or like in wacky, it makes you go ta 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 ta. But there's not a point of time my music makes you go, wow, this feels good.
I see.
I feel like my music doesn't do that. Like you can't, I can't do this.
Are you exploring into that?
I would like to. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would like to. It's just
Yeah.
that, because music production and all that has
Yeah.
never been like the top priority of my life. It's only when I'm inspired. That's why my album's called As and When, because as and when I feel like it.
I see.
Yeah, right, that's it,
Okay,
yeah.
but do you have a funk track out? No, I don't have.
I've tried doing funk before,
tried.
right?
Yeah.
And I've also collaborated with talk boxers. Like the main talk boxer I collaborate is someone called Chris B.
Okay.
Shout out to Chris B.
Not Chris Brown, huh? Chris
no,
B.
Very good top boxer, but I still feel like my song sounds like an electronic song. It's like there's a genre of music, there's a genre of funk called ghetto funk, right? Where it's a mix of, one period of time they kept playing glitch music. Remember Glitch Mob?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Glitch
remember.
Mob.
Edit.
Yeah.
So that sort of glitch sound and had a lot of like wobble sounds, right, from dubstep and all that.
Yeah.
But imagine that very glitch type of beats, a lot of like the very rumble type of bass, but they make funk versions. Yeah. So
okay,
it still felt very rigid in my opinion. It sounds cool, but you hear it like 10 minutes enough. For me. So it feels too
okay.
rigid. I mean, I'm sure there are people who love it, but for me it's like too rigid. And I feel like my music's too rigid also. I can't get. That's why I love people like Maddie. Like now, Maddie music. Maddie has the perfect blend of hard hitting and still can
Correct.
groove.
Can
Yeah.
groove it. Yeah. You know Maddie, bro? UK,
Yeah,
right?
I think I heard her before. Some of the
From
tracks,
UK, right?
He's from Rome,
Rome,
Italy.
ooh.
Yeah, we talk a
Maddie.
lot. Maddie and I talk a lot, and we are good
awesome
friends.
tracks.
But I really love his music. I cannot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
my
you all
favorite
love it,
producers.
man. Maddie
Okay.
music.
Oh my god. If we will talk about it, we need much more
Yeah,
time
yeah,
to
of
right.
course.
Okay, but one last question before we actually end this part too. I just want to ask you, for those kids who wants to be like you, like a DJ, like
Aspiring to be
aspiring
one,
DJs or battle DJs, what should they be working on? Like what advice could you give them?
What
Okay.
focus they
Yeah.
should they aim at?
Okay, so my experience as a DJ is vastly different from most people, and this is the truth of the industry. If you want to be famous, you have to produce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think about popular people like David Guetta, for example, DJ Khaled. They are DJs, but they are famous because they make music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And somehow the general public, not dancers, not producers, not fellow DJs, not musicians, the general public naturally will think this person make music, confirm can DJ. For some
see what
reason,
you mean. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
but although it's two completely different skill
Different,
sets,
yes, entity,
producers don't have to be DJs. DJs
Yeah.
don't have to be producers, right?
Yes.
So if you want to be famous, produce music. One day you get the hit. That's it.
Yeah.
You're set. People will know your name, and they'll invite you to DJ.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not a great DJ in terms of the DJing skill set. I am far behind.
Not
And
like the scratch DJs, battle
definitely
DJs.
not. Yeah, that one out.
Yeah.
It's totally not my word
Yeah.
at all. But even in, say, for example, simple DJing skills, like for example, like nice transitions of songs and
Yeah.
everything. Mine is quite boring, honestly, because I don't have that skill set. I never explored it. But this is the next part of the advice, right? Where my experience, I feel, is being able to read the crowd and knowing what song to play.
Yes,
yeah,
that's also
very
important.
yes.
Very
Yeah.
important point.
Yes.
And that comes through years of experience.
Yeah.
Whether or not as a DJ or just as a dancer. So if you want to DJ for the crowd, like club or whatever, I cannot advise you because I'm not a
Yeah.
bar or club DJ.
Yeah.
But if you want to DJ for street dance battle,
Yeah.
okay, there is no one that can be a jack of all trades. You can't cover all genres.
Yeah.
I cannot DJ for breaking. I cannot DJ for crumping. I know that for a fact. I can DJ for house to some extent, for locking to some extent, for hip hop to some extent. I'm more towards whacking and popping. More towards that, right?
Yeah.
So just by immersing yourself in that street dance,
Yeah.
in that culture, you will already understand what's the music that is good.
I
What's the
see.
music that's nice. For example, if let's say I dance popping, right? Generally I dance popping. So I there's a style of popping music that I like. But I also know that when I go to events, there are certain type of popping music I don't like but everyone else likes.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that you have to keep
Yeah,
your mind
okay.
open
Correct.
to.
Yeah,
number one.
you
That's
have to
true.
And then-
That's
open,
true.
yeah.
and
You
then
have to be
your-
aware of that, yeah.
Correct. And as your knowledge and arsenal as a DJ, when you go digging for songs, you look for songs that are in that genre, in that style, and according to what you understand of that, possibly this song could be a good one. Possibly that could be a good one. Then you try from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this applies to all the genres that I DJ for,
Nice.
including
Okay,
like
wow.
all styles, open styles.
Wow, amazing.
Wow.
Oh,
I mean, we
amazing,
could
man.
we can go a lot
Yeah,
lot
a
more
lot
of
more
this,
lah.
but it's just that we don't have time. But I just want to say thank you,
Thank you
Ben
so
Sai,
much,
for sharing with
Ben.
us. Really appreciate it. I wish we had more time, but
Wow.
but hopefully another time.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you guys
Mind blown.
you wanna check out his music, you can go to
Spotify or something. I don't know.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
put DJ site.
DJ site. For those of you who don't know, now you know.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Thanks, brother.
Thank
Nice
you,
to
man.
see you again, man. All right, and with that concludes. Don't forget to follow us and catch our subsequent episodes on the Old Streets.
Podcast.
Peace.
Peace
Bye-bye.
out.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Don't call it a comeback. Back, 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 back. My mama said knock you out.
The All Streets Podcast.